Do you guys remember just a few years ago when house flipping was extremely profitable? Like, it seemed like almost every single real estate investor was making money hand over fist as the era of remote work and lockdown surged into the housing market like it was nobody's business. But now, just a few years later, everything has changed. Much like what's happened with cars and how tech companies are now investing in creating taxis that don't even have drivers in them. I know, driverless taxis. People driving Lyft and Uber, not looking good for you. And speaking of investments, EV owners are now admitting that they made a huge mistake by putting all of their money into these very expensive electric cars. I told you so. Yeah, I did actually tell you that. But anyway, let's get right into it. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel, do your boy a favor, drop a quick like for the video. I would really appreciate that. And also consider subscribing to the channel. That will also be pretty awesome. Now, the housing market is on fire, guys, but not in a good way. So this year alone, US homeowners have already lost $108 billion in equity. And experts are saying that if it goes down 5% more, then hundreds of thousands of households would be at risk of going underwater, or basically having negative equity on their real estate holdings. But are you guys familiar with that term, like negative equity, being underwater? Basically, it's when your outstanding mortgage balance is now more than the value of the property that you own. So in a normal world, this doesn't really happen very often, as housing and real estate are supposed to appreciate in value over time, not the other way around. But as we continue to see turmoil in the real estate and housing market sector, we're probably going to see more households staying put, as more than likely they want to just kind of wait out the storm. Not to mention the simple fact that the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates, making home purchases even more expensive. And it's also putting a damper on housing market sales. But now let's go ahead and move on to the road and ask, are you sold on driverless cars? Like, would you ever let your car just drive you around without actually having your foot on the gas or having your hands on the steering wheel? Would you even take a nap in the car while your car is driving itself? Now, I really don't think that we're at a point where it's going to be taking over the jobs of most of our taxi and Uber drivers, Lyft drivers just yet, especially as the technology is far from perfect at this point. But look at this. A Waymo self-driving car killed a small dog recently in San Francisco while it was in autonomous mode. So Waymo is owned by Google, by the way, and the reason as to why one of their cars hit this dog was due to how fast the dog was. At least that's what they're telling us, since they're saying that the car did correctly identify that a dog was coming, but it just couldn't stop in time to avoid making contact with it. I mean, can you imagine one of these automated cars hitting your dog or your kid? That's just horrible, isn't that? So the car was right in its assessment that it hit a dog, but should we blame the dog for going so fast? Or do we blame the car for not reacting sooner? Now, obviously, local officials aren't very happy with this incident, and many more have happened with these kinds of cars. Locals in San Francisco are also pissed off, and they're saying that, these things are a nightmare and they're sometimes erratic. However, none of these episodes have ended with a person getting hurt or killed yet. We're getting close though. There was one instance where one of these cars was inching closer and closer to a fire that was blazing in an illegal drug lab. Now, the worst was when a first responder couldn't figure out how to stop the thing and even yelled at it as if it was a dog. Do you guys trust AI that much? Now, you also have to think that these things run on an app, right? Who's telling me that it's all perfect and that no one can hack into their systems? That no one can just go ahead and take control of these cars with a single click, you know what I mean? Protesters in San Francisco have already figured out that putting a cone on one of these cars can instantly disable these robo-taxis. What else is going to be figured out within a matter of months' time? Now, there's one instance with an ABC 7 news reporter who just wanted to pick up her son in one location, but instead was dropped off 5 minutes from her actual destination.
Says your car is on the way in 4 minutes. I guess I shouldn't wave because what's the point, right? What's the point? I'm here. Oh, I think it's confused. Better run before it goes away. We're gonna pick my son up at the Random Museum. Like everything, it's something new. Uh-oh. Okay, it says our team is working to get you moving. Uh-oh. So how can I rely on a car to make the right decisions? There's my son. Hey, Max, we're almost there. So I guess it's a little confused because this is not where the Random Museum is. So I don't know what to do at the moment. Had there been a driver right here, I would have said, hey, this is the wrong location, and I would give him the instructors, except that there's instructions. There's nobody here right now. Now I'm gonna have to call support and see what I could do, because I'm completely at a loss right now. The location where I wanna be is over there, and it's dropped me at the bottom of this hill.
Now, what kind of person hires a taxi and then tells them to park 5 minutes away from where they're actually going? It's kind of crazy, right? Now, since we're already talking about cars, let's go ahead and switch over to EVs and try to figure out like if it's worth to buy one right now, right? Now, the simple and easy answer from Toyota would be no. Why? Well, before you settle on Tesla or Ford, better wait for the new batteries that they're working on right now. Batteries that they say will probably double the distance that some EVs could drive right now. Now, it's coming out in 2026, and if you're actually looking to buy into this market, why would you settle for less when you know that in just a few years you're going to get a lot more for your money? But then again, how long would it take for us to actually get our money's worth from these EVs? Because they are a lot more expensive than the gas-powered cars. Experts say that it's going to take you 6 years to break even and a solid decade for the premium to actually pay off. Wow, who keeps cars that long? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if you don't, then what's the point? I guess there is the clean energy part of it, if you even really believe in that marketing. But what's also weird is that more and more owners are now sharing their buyer's remorse stories on social media as they're facing different issues like finding charging spots and unexpected expenses. Going by the simple numbers, an average purchase of a new gas-powered vehicle is going to cost you about $47,000. Now, the run-of-the-mill EV eclipses that number at more than $65,000. And that's just the upfront cost of getting one. Now, we also can't forget about the tax credits that the federal government is offering to buy one of these cars. But is it worth saving $7,500 to buy an $80,000 EV? You tell me. And again, why are we hearing about all these people saying that they're regretting their purchase of these things? I thought they were so great. They were just amazing and cutting edge. Look, I'm not against new technology. I just got a new phone the other day. Actually, I'm pretty happy about it. Samsung S23. It's pretty dope. And actually, it's a Samsung S23 Ultra, by the way. It takes amazing pictures and photos, videos. Anyway, that's beside the point. But the proof is I'm not against new technology. Don't get me wrong. But all I'm discussing with you guys is the simple fact of the matter that a lot of people who do own these cars are now regretting that they ever invested their money into them. Now, on that note, let's go ahead and talk about the current atmosphere that we have when it comes to making money. That's always a great topic, huh? There's something about creating revenue that really just pushes us to our best, right? And at this time, at this very moment, we have to be thinking about how you can make money, not just how you can spend it. This kind of mindset isn't for everybody, but it absolutely could be, but you really have to want it. Now, if you think I'm talking to you, you are absolutely correct. There are a lot of you guys within the same wavelength that are just done with just having enough. The people that want to have even more. Is that greed? No, I don't think so. I think it's just goal setting. Look, I'm not here to tell you what you should invest your money in or, what kind of business you should start. What I am here to tell you is that you don't want to miss out on getting ahead while everyone else stays behind. I want you guys to realize that you are capable of so much more, but you got to realize your potential and you may have to let go of your comfort zones. So let's talk cash, right? Most of our lives, we've been told to have cash, you have to save and all that stuff, right? But when was the last time someone actually told you to invest? Now, off the top of my head, I'm thinking of investing even more in gold because I have an idea that the Federal Reserve, they're going to get destroyed by gold as the economy continues to collapse. But again, don't invest in gold because I said so. Do it because you did your own research and you're convinced based on the homework that you've done. Now, beyond that, there are others who are preparing by storing food, having a cash reserve at home, and some in the bank. We all prepare within our means, and that's perfectly fine. All I'm telling you now is that you have to do something about what's coming. Now, some might say, this is just way too difficult or they don't have enough cash flow. And I completely understand that. Now, if you want to learn more about generating multiple streams of income and potentially changing your way of life, leveraging strategies like starting side hustles, small businesses, or home-based businesses, definitely hit me up in the comment section down below if you want to learn more about that. Also, if you own a home, make sure your home is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. There is a link in the description down below this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. And before I go, please drop a quick thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe.